What's up guys, welcome to Daily Refinement. In today's video I'm going to go over a 3-step system that if you don't learn this about reselling, you're totally screwed. So please smash the like button, consider subscribing. We'll see you guys inside. So before we get into today's class, I want to go over what I think reselling is. Reselling is selling items the second time to a new customer. So retail is where you sell items the very first time to the customer. That's like Best Buy or Walmart or Target. First time customer. What we do is a little bit different. We're reselling. We're selling items for the second time. Now, before we get into the video, I just want to say that you are not guaranteed a profit. There are certain items that you pay too much for, or there's not enough demand to justify selling it for a profit. So I'm defining reselling as just the act of actually selling it to a new customer. They paid you, you gave them the item. That's how I define reselling. Number one is you need to take care of your account. So eBay says this has something to do with responding quickly, making sure you stay on top of your customers and go above and beyond for every customer. But I can really define that for you guys really clearly. So this means ship items fast, don't lose any items. So you have to have an inventory system if you take eBay seriously, because if you lose an item, that defect weighs really heavy on your account. And there's basically 3 different levels of an account: below standard, above standard, and top rated seller. You want to get the top rated seller as soon as possible because it makes you eligible for less fees and higher placement. So basics for reselling, you just want to have as much traffic as possible, and you want to have as much conversion as possible. So essentially, each one of these things that we're talking about today will either increase your traffic or increase your conversion. Pretty straightforward. So you have to ship fast, don't lose items. Number 2, answer questions fast and accurately. Don't troll customers. Somebody asks a question, just say, "Thank you for your question. Here's the answer." Move on to the next thing. Respond to offers quickly. If somebody is literally at the phone making you an offer and you respond back right away, you have a much higher likelihood than if you don't respond, or if you ghost them, they're going to look for something else from somebody else. So you want to respond to offers as soon as possible. So maintaining positive feedback is really important because it allows people to trust you, and right on the listing it will tell you this person has 100% positive feedback, 99% positive feedback. The better your feedback, the more customers will trust you. That's why I recommend free returns. If you have free returns, it gives you some insurance against negative feedback. If somebody has a problem and you have free returns, they open a return, ship the item back to you, the feedback that's negative automatically falls off. So it's really, really important. That's one of the reasons why I suggest free returns. Also, you get a discount on final value fees, which for me makes up for the difference of people sending in false returns, which is always going to happen. I consider that a form of online shoplifting. It's just going to happen. That's just part of running a business. So free returns, in my opinion, the discounted fees makes up for that shrinkage. And then finally, you want to respond and resolve to all cases and issues immediately. So if somebody has a problem with what happened, you need to take care of them immediately, because any cases closed against you without seller resolution bump you into closer and closer into the below standard. So item not as described and not answering this and being below standard both come with a penalty. I think it's 6% right now, 5 or 6%, and that's a lot. That means for every $100 in sales, they penalize you another $5 or $6, and you have worse placement, so lower traffic and lower conversion, because they put you at the bottom below all the people who are top rated seller in the search ranking. So hopefully that makes sense. But if you don't have a quality account, it doesn't matter how you list, because eBay won't serve those items to the customers, so nobody will find it. So please take care of your account. It's the same thing as taking care of your health. If you're not healthy, you can't take care of other people. You can't pour from an empty cup. This is all related to taking care of your account. Number 2 is learn what a quality listing is. So we're going to loosely define this as an item that somebody will actually buy at a price they feel like is fair. So I'm going to use the example of a $100 bill with $80 free shipping as the price. A lot of people are trying to earn extra money. That's probably the reason you're watching this video. So $80 for a $100 bill sounds like a great deal as long as there's a reasonable return policy. I don't know why you would want to return it unless it was counterfeit. good photos of the $100 bill, good title, good shipping policy, because somebody wouldn't buy it if you put it takes 10 years to ship. So you have to have a reasonable shipping and handling policy. The condition description is really important, because if you said it's only the top left corner of the $100 bill, nobody would buy it. They want to know the exact condition. Or if it was completely covered in mud and somebody had to dig it out, no one would buy it. So the condition description, testing it, grading it, letting the customer know exactly what they're buying is critical. Description details are all the features of the item, and the item specifics are all the different drop-down features that you can have for the item. This is really important, because the more item specifics you have, the more accurate somebody's search will match up with your listing. So super, super important to understand what a quality listing is. This part of the three-step system is 80% of our eBay white papers. Tech and Sports and I have been talking about this for 2 years, and we compiled down all the information here so that you can do a quality listing once you have the photos in 1 minute. And you can do the photos in 1 minute. So this whole part is 2 minutes if you just go through the eBay white papers in order and learn what every single one of these things means, so that you can fully in your brain understand what a quality listing is. And if you make a quality listing, you don't need promotions. So at the bottom of the eBay white papers, we go over the 9 eBay promotions, but remember, that's just bonus on top. You don't need those promotions to sell an item if you have a quality listing. If you have a $100 bill marked down to $80 free shipping, it will sell without a coupon, without a newsletter, without best offer, without offer to watcher. Those 9 different things that you can do are not necessary if you just do a good job with the quality listing part. So hopefully that makes sense. Remember, always reach out to me if you have any questions, because this is kind of a heavy episode, but again, you have to understand what a quality listing is. Number 3 is to list quality items consistently. This is really important, because you could have the best stock in the world, but it's in the back room and nobody can see it. As Tech and Sports would say, no one can buy anything from the back room. You've got to put it out for display. So number 1, the reason people aren't consistent, in my opinion, is accountability. So nothing happens to them if they don't list. There are people who have to list. Those people end up listing. So if you need help with that, you can join our group, patreon.com/theresellers podcast. We have 2,000 people in our Facebook group that have the same mission as you, which is list and sell the same number of items each day, which I call reseller nirvana. So another reason why you'd want to list consistently is on this chart here, you can see that eBay gives you a certain amount of traffic for however many listings you put up. So every single listing has a certain amount of traffic that comes with it. So if you list the same number of items each day, your traffic remains about the same. If you go 1 a day for 3 days versus 2, 0, 2, 0, 2, your sales will continue to bounce up and down, in my opinion, because the traffic is not consistent. It sounds like it's the same, but I want eBay putting in the new listing boost and the ending soonest boost every single day. I want both of those boosts. So if you list every single day, you get that type of algorithm. So essentially, in order to actually do that, you have to have a bunch of things going for you, because you can't accidentally list every single day. It's not that natural. And just like a job, it has a very specific schedule. So you have to have a schedule. If you join our group, in the morning call, I can make your schedule for you. Tell me what your responsibilities are. I know there's around 60 responsibilities that a household has to do, and 40 more if you have kids. So it's really important, because if you want to fit in reselling into your schedule, you need to take it really seriously and figure out how do all these pieces fit together. So schedule, I can help you do that, but this doesn't work if you don't have a schedule. You will not be consistent. Next is the right environment. So you guys can see, I come here, this is separate from work. I have a dedicated area for shipping, photos, listing, shipping. Everything has a dedicated area, dedicated place. I have dedicated tools. There's things I use for work that I don't use at home. Having all this set up really, really helps me stay successful, because I don't have to look for something. I have 6 pairs of scissors, I have 10 tape guns, because I always want to be able to find the tools I need immediately. So it's really, really important to have an environment. So once that's all set up, you want a draft bank of at least 2 weeks. And the reason why you want a 2-week draft bank is because most people will have emergencies come up, and they'll want to actually take a break from their business. So for me personally, I like to take at least 8 weeks a year off, which means I need to bust my butt when I'm at work, so I can have time in case an emergency comes up, in case a staff member has something going on. I want a buffer. I don't want everything paycheck to paycheck, including my listings. Listing paycheck to paycheck means that you're listing every single day, otherwise your listing habit drops. You don't want to be in that position. So finally, after you've focused on all three of these things, you have permission from me to not worry about anything else. So you don't have to work on anything other than these three things. You have my permission. So it's really, really frustrating to me when people know these things. They're like, okay, I know I need to take care of my account. I know that I need to buy quality listings, and I know I need to list quality items consistently, but you know, a couple of questions came in that I didn't answer. Somebody wanted a refund and I didn't respond, so I ended up getting a case. I know what a quality listing is, but instead of buying stuff I know will sell, I bought some stuff that was kind of cheap or I got for free from my cousin. And then down here, listing quality items consistently. Well, I don't really want to make a schedule and I don't really want to be accountable. So sometimes I list and sometimes I don't. But will you please tell me what coupon percentage I can use to get a sale? It's so frustrating to me because I can say use a 100% coupon and you won't sell anything because it's not a quality item. You're below standard, so no one's getting any traffic, and you didn't list it anyway. So you have to have these three things first, then talk. Let me know what you're working on, because without these three things, you have nothing. You do not have a business. So this is really, really interesting to me because I feel like a lot of people are casual sellers, and I'm not saying there's anything wrong with being a casual seller, but if you take these three steps, your business will elevate to a much, much higher level. And I appreciate you guys. If you guys have any more questions, please join our group, patreon.com/the Resellers Podcast, and we'll see you guys next time.